Oh no! It's morning!
And that means it's time for the Rotten Mournings Best way to start your morning off.
Damn it.
Hi.
Can't believe we got banned from the podcast. It's really hard to hold upright.
Smokey Blinky said, well, two of you look better. Laugh my ass off.
Yeah, that's right. Here, I'm going full elbows.
Do you want to watch me take a shit?
Alright, guys, welcome to another episode of Rotten Mournings Podcast.
Hello.
Look at as always, I'm Scott.
I'm Matt / Biscuit Creature.
I'm Brandy.
I'm Grim with Milk Cat.
Oh my god, it's going to be a crazy episode.
There we go.
Hey, why is my puppet eating someone's ass?
It's your puppet.
That's a very good question.
What is happening here, guys? Why are we doing puppets for a podcast?
That makes absolutely no sense. Why are we doing
Look
this?
at my tongue.
Guys, can you hear us okay? It's kind of hard to talk through these,
Yeah. Hopefully you guys can hear us okay. My hand is getting a cramp. Cookie Monster has a very tight shut mouth.
not Cookie Monster, that's a trademark character.
Biscuit Creature.
Biscuit Creature.
This is a trademark-free, Biscuit Creature.
Biscuit creature, do some mouth stretching.
Yeah,
Is it working?
hold that,
Oh my
and
God.
hold
Is
that.
Biscuit Creature is about to get replaced with Llama Head.
Oh, Biscuit Creature had to take a sabbatical. Guys, if you're listening to the podcast, first of all, thank you.
First of all,
And
we are
also,
sorry.
Matt, put your butt crack away.
Put your butt crack away.
All of us have our butt cracks out. It is an all butt crack. If you're listening to this from the back of the podcast, you're getting stink eye.
Boogity.
Boogity.
I'm
Can
a
anyone see the
llama.
dog?
Are you? I don't see
Look
you.
at that.
I'll
dog.
be here in a second.
Look at that dog. This is an arm workout.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
4 arm workout.
Yep.
Hey, guys, this was a terrible idea.
This is a terrible
Yes.
idea.
I have a terrible idea.
Well, I guess let's just speed through it. What news do we have to report?
Do we have
do we
rotten
have any
news?
I don't know.
What did we do last week?
We worked on a different podcast. I'm still working on.
That's
We've
right.
been going to the dentist.
I've got to edit that. Me and
There
Brett both
have
gone to the
been
dentist.
dental
That's
visits.
fun.
Yes, there have been dental visits.
Guys, you heard it here first. There's been dental visits.
Yay.
Thanks to all the kettle corn, yeah.
That's why you can't see our teeth.
Now that is
Can't
some
feel my fucking
some
arm.
news. We will have more kettle corn to review.
Kettle corn!
That will be taking place before this podcast airs.
More kettle corn to review?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah, good stuff will be is coming into town tonight. They're gonna
Hell
bring some
yeah.
new kettle corn, and they're going to make some fresh kettle corn in the parking lot of the grocery store all weekend.
They're going to be making fresh kettle corn in the parking lot
Oh yes,
In
this
the
past
parking
weekend.
lot.
yes, last weekend.
Oh, yay.
Last weekend on audio, this weekend on video.
Ta-da!
Hey guys, if you aren't already subscribed, go over to like Apple Podcast or Google Podcast or Facebook
Nope,
Podcast.
nope, not Facebook.
I just saw a dog. Anyway, subscribe to Rotten Mournings Podcast. We do this all the time, and it's never great. Well, is there any other news we need to report?
Yeah, I'm losing feeling in my arm.
You're
Oh,
using your
God.
arm?
He's biting the table there. What's happening?
Use your foot.
You guys aren't using your foots?
I'm using my foots.
Yeah, I think we're all using our foots.
The llama's just gonna lay down for a second.
Llama, you
nap.
piece of shit! Get
Llama
up!
nap.
I'm eating the
Get
llama.
up!
Oh,
Llama
God.
nap.
Llama's getting eaten. It's cannibalism.
Llama nap.
You piece of shit, lazy llama, get up!
Can
No.
cannibalism be shown
No.
on TikTok? We're about to find
Get
out.
Up right now!
Oh.
Where you at?
Oh my gosh, guys. Well, that's all the news we got. We got another segment coming up here shortly. What we'll be doing? We'll be doing a replay of the interview we did with Chicken Dan.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Haunted Chicken House.
Hey! From the Haunted Chicken House. He's one of our favorite guys and one of our favorite interviews. If you haven't got a chance to hear it in the 100th episode,
Why are we laughing?
check it out now.
No, you didn't. No, nothing happened.
As always, guys, stay rotten.
Stay on.
Look at that stuck-ass llama.
This is Chicken Dan from the Haunted Chicken House. We just all want to wish you a happy Halloween.
Another great commercial. Now it's for our next beer. Can you?
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm glad you started this off really professional.
We've just had to do so much talking in this episode. I really want somebody else to talk for a little while. We're here with Chicken Dan from the Haunted Chicken House. You want to tell them a little bit about yourself there?
What do you want to know?
Okay, good. Not sounding
Is it no. Your lengthy?
I'm Chicken Dan, real name Dan Hopkins. The raspy voice is from fighting cancer the last 10 years. Destroyed my voice box. But on the good side, I was told 5 years ago I'd be dead. We're still alive and kicking, chasing chicken. But like I say, I'm 72. Started the Haunted Chicken House 19 years ago. And we started with 100 feet of a chicken house with plastic and 2x4s and no props to speak of other than what we could buy off of Oriental Trading Company that I had to finance in order to get them. We've now, that first year, we were open 23 nights and had 800 people. And I did not think it'd fly. Never been to a haunted house in my life. When I was a kid, we did the graveyard chasing scenes. That was it. Didn't have haunted houses to speak of. Couldn't afford them if we did. We grew from that year. Like I say, I didn't think it'd work. We took in $11,000.
Wow.
And for a volunteer fire department, I said, this is cool. We spent $5,000 on advertising. It's grown over the years. And like I said, we were open 23 nights. This past year, we were open 13 nights and had over 13,000 people go through.
It's crazy.
So a couple of nights we had 1,700 people. And to put it in perspective, this is in a community of 80 people. To get 13,000 people to a community of 80 is saying something. We're the largest tourist attraction in East Alabama as far as crowd draws. We're real proud of the fact that it has raised a lot of money for the fire department. We're in the process now of trying to get started. The architects got the blueprints. We put back $275,000 in a savings account, but we're just about $2 million short due to the rising prices. When we first started it, it was like $1.3 million. So I think we've done very well in what we've done. We're an all-volunteer haunt. It's a volunteer fire department. All our members work at it. Members from the community, from the elementary to the high school, they come out and volunteer their time. We feed them a home-cooked meal before we start, and then they get half off of all items out of the concession stand. And if they work 1 full weekend, they get a wristband. 2 full weekends, they get a beanie. 3 full weekends, they get a t-shirt. So they end up having a lot of product for coming and having fun. most of them are too scared to go through it themselves.
That makes
But
sense.
they like to work it.
It's phenomenal. It definitely shows that this is a labor of love for you guys, and hearing about how the community comes together to create something that gives back to that community is something that we're always super excited about supporting.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, you said that you've been fighting cancer for 10 years, and you've been fighting rotten for 5.
To be honest with you, fighting the cancer was easier.
I can believe that.
It's a lot less annoying.
I mean, to have Scott, Jesse, and Brandy, Ben, Everett, Grim, they're all great. But, one bad apple could spoil it. And that would be Matt.
So you're saying in our group, one of our apples is rotten?
How do you think he come up with the name Rotten?
Exactly. Just my boy.
I mean, it was just, have you ever followed him into a porta potty?
I don't want to answer that.
Don't answer that.
I know he's followed a lot of people in porta
I mean,
potties.
that was my job for a while, so yeah.
Follow people into porta potties? How much did it pay?
Not very good.
It was shit pay.
But to put it in perspective, we started this with just a few people, and I basically was running it. As we progressed through the years, we've got a lot of good help. I've got a great operations manager, Sam. From the concessions, the ticket, the T-shirt sales, but I still get stuck with the shitty details. I'm out there with a water hose, cleaning out the porta potties, filling them up with toilet paper, picking up the pea-soaked rolls. I do use gloves.
Yeah, right.
Only unless I know I'm giving Matt food. He says, "Ooh, that's tasty." But
Seasoning.
we've added over the years several things. Some worked, some didn't. We had an extreme room where we strapped our guests down to a table, put a hood over them, and we put snakes up their pants, rats, cockroaches in their mouth, a little bit of everything. Waterboarded before I knew it was illegal. Almost had one girl drown. So the next year we did away with the waterboarding and I went to tasers.
Yeah. Water and tasers don't mix. They don't mix, yeah.
We have one big bitch. She sat there and took all the tasing I could do. We did her feet. They're everywhere. She got up and said my feet are sore. She could hardly walk, but she made it through. She got a free T-shirt. After she paid $25 to do it.
That's marketing.
That's marketing.
That's marketing.
The third year, which was our final year, I mean, we saw some things we probably shouldn't see. But that third year, we had a guest come in, and she got up off the table. She didn't make it. She rang out, and she said, "Would you do me a favor?" And I said, "Sure." She said, "Would you tase my nipple?" I said, "Are you sure?" She said, "Yeah." I hit it, and she just... That was my left one. The right one's jealous. I said, "All right, hit her again." She said, "I got one more taste." I said, "Oh, hell no."
And they've been married ever since.
What a truly electrifying story.
So I shut the extreme room down. We tried escape rooms. They didn't work for us. We had a haunted walking trail. It worked, but we just lacked the personnel to put on a good show. If I can't put on a good show, I'm not going to open. Yeah. So we closed it down.
I don't know what just happened. Gremlins have got into our system once again.
Grim is still here, even though she's not here.
Grim, please. I don't know why you're messing the technology like that. That's wild. Sorry about that, Dan. You were saying that you don't put on a good show.
So you just don't put on a good show.
Basically, yes. Now, before I was so rudely interrupted, I was saying one event that we've had for, I guess, 12 years is the Haunted Hayride. And it's a ride on a wagon out through about 25 acres of ground with various scenes and scares, with actors actually getting on the wagon. It has chainsaws, clowns. It has a little bit of everything. And actually, it's grown to the point that people come off and say, I liked it as well as the house. The first year we had it, the first wagon came back in, and like a dumbass, I said, what'd you think? They said, it sucked. We want our money back.
Never asked that.
I learned.
We were really rude about that.
And that was when we met Rotten. Assholes.
So we went. I rode the next wagon, and I agreed with him. It sucked.
Did you get your money back, though?
And needless to say, I never gave any money back. That's been a policy that we started with and we've stayed with. There are no refunds. We have everything posted. I mean, people come up and say, I want my money back. Why? It's dark in there. I want my money back. Why? I didn't go all the way through. Why? Well, I got scared. Well,
I would say it's a good policy considering that right now, anybody coming back and asking for their money back is just they did not even open their eyes for your haunt. I might have seen it maybe in the beginning when this was that or this was that, but as it stands right now, the amount of work that goes into this place, the amount of energy that's in this place, the actors you've got in, I mean, everything about this place it's pretty much top freaking notch. And you turning and burning those numbers, like, you ain't doing anything wrong.
No, it's very impressive.
Well, it's always room for improvement. That's like, when we had our committee meeting, I wanted to raise it up, raise the bar a little bit. And I think what we'll offer this year is a lot better than last year's haunt. People that come, I think they'll see new rooms that were there, but entirely different. We try to change everything around each year, tear out some of the rooms that aren't great, put in something new. One thing about the haunt industry, we've had and made some great friends in the haunt industry. One is Tim Miller at Hellbilly Hollow. They came over to our haunt and wanted to, yeah. But they asked if they could put up some brochures and stuff, and we said sure. We sent them through the house free in the hayride, so they invited us. We went over there, and that's been probably the last 10 years. We've been going back and forth. We talk all the time. Hot season, every Saturday morning and every Sunday morning, Tim and I compare notes. How'd it go? Oh, it was a disaster. I had people walking out on me. I said, at least you had some show up.
Or a change, right?
I was going to say, you say Saturday morning you talk, Sunday morning you talk, and then Sunday morning I get a call from each one of you talking shit about each other.
Yeah. Actually, I don't talk shit about Tim. He talks a lot about me. He's one of the most jealous pricks I know.
I felt so bad last season when cars are circling the parking lot trying to find somewhere to park, and I was like, well, you should go to Hillbilly Hollow.
I remember Tim told this story when we interviewed him about how the first time I ever came out here that you decided to prank Tim and call him up and be like, I had to call the cops on some jackass that was out here that was filming and said, I'm rotten or some shit.
Had this skull on his head. Beanie.
And Tim steady sitting there just like,
No, not Matt Ross.
Matt.
What? You talking about Matt? They were there to review your haunt. I said, he can go to hell.
And he stands by it.
To this day.
And I wouldn't say this to Tim's face, but have you ever seen the size of his son?
Oh, he's a
He
big.
would pick me up and throw me over the chicken house.
Who said chickens can't fly?
I know chickens can shit. But Tim and Kim and TJ, they're great friends and Chief. And we enjoy them coming over. They actually got to come this year on Halloween night. And they worked their butts off in the house, the hayride. It was great. We also have a new attraction called the Crazy Train. And it's a ride on a short school bus through the woods, running 50 and 60 mile an hour, cutting donuts, drifting, jumping off of a 12-foot cliff. And it's worth the ride.
It is
Bar
definitely
none.
crazy.
Bar none, one of the
Terrifying.
scariest, most unique, amazing, but also fucking terrifying things that we do at any haunt
Yes.
is riding
The
the
Crazy
crazy train. Like, it is
Agreed.
borderline the most terrifying thing I do in my entire life is riding the crazy train.
Well, I'll say this about the Crazy Train, too, and it's something that you don't promote enough. It's one of the few places in Alabama that you can experience true zero gravity. Because there's several times where I just watch my cell phone float up past me. And this is like being in space. Please let me off.
I took Tim and his crew on one ride, and they said they'd never get on the son of a bitch again.
Old creaky legs, Tim.
He was about in tears. Stop! Let me off! But it is a ride, and we have a lot of people come up and say, I wouldn't ride it again. But then in a few minutes, they say, can we buy a ticket to ride it again? We have them ride 2 and 3 times. And the more the merrier for me.
Oh, shit.
Ka-ching.
It's definitely a thing that once you experience that rush for the first time, you're like, man, that was too much. I need to calm down. And then you start getting the, I need that high one more time.
When I drove it the first couple of years, I drove it with one hand because I had a microphone in the other, and we would sing Wheels on the Bus, row, row, row your boat. So I'm sitting there whipping it around, and they go, use both hands. I said, ah. So they retired me from driving. I don't even ride it anymore. It's no
I've
fun.
heard some story about chicken. Somebody playing chicken.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We were going to race, me and Hawk, but he chickened out. He didn't show.
Well, I know I was on one of them one year. I think this was a couple of years ago, where we got halfway through the ride, and some people got off to walk back.
Yeah.
Because they could not handle
They were
it.
okay with just walking all the way back.
You sure you want to walk? Hell yes.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they said. Yeah.
It wasn't a run. They ran. Especially with me chasing.
Get out of my woods!
Once you hear the chainsaw.
Of course, I had a liquor bottle, a vodka bottle with water, and I'd sit there and drink. I was like, oh shit, I don't know if I can see her or not. They said, is he really drunk? But it was fun, and we now have 3 different buses. One day we may end up having bus races out here. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's something to look into.
All of your drivers are professional drivers too, right?
Well, they drive.
Yeah. We give them $1. Professional.
Most of them have a driver's license. But I used a dirt track race, so it was fun for me. It wasn't for the passengers. I don't know. I don't understand why. It always puzzled me. It could have been the time that I ran it was a little wet. I couldn't make the turn. We slid into the woods. Had to be pulled out backwards. Or it could have been when it came up on one side and rocked and come down. Or it could have been when I nosedived it off the cliff, tore the rear bumper off, but we kept going.
Could have been any of those times. Right. Narrowed it down to those.
I distinctly remember if it wasn't maybe 3-4 years ago when you guys split that bus in half.
Oh, yeah.
Because it basically just folded down and ripped in half.
The last year, we held it together with ratchet straps from the front bumper to the rear bumper. So it didn't come apart going around.
That's very smart.
Yeah.
I mean,
ratchet straps.
We lost the door. Matter of fact, we lost the windows. We lost a lot of stuff that old bus. But we've got these a lot safer. They all have seat belts. There's no glass that they can get injured with from beating their head on it. That was a tragedy, but Band-Aids were good in a lot of guys.
So it's being held together with Band-Aids.
Basically. Yeah. But other friends came. Like we say, we had that ROTN crew came. And they gave us a shitty review.
Fuck those guys.
But they gave us good, honest criticism. And it's what I like. If I don't know something's broke, I can't fix it. They suggested things, and matter of fact, we followed all of their suggestions. That's why we have more merchandise for sale. I see.
That's why your waiting room looks like chicanery right now.
I'm trying to think what else Matt might have suggested. We had the light bulbs in the porta potty. That was the one thing he gave us a plus on.
As far as harsh criticism goes, that's one thing that Matt's pretty famous for. He'll bullshit you, but he won't bullshit you.
Yeah, I'll take the constructive criticism any day.
Yeah.
I mean, really and truly. But we offer a big concession stand. We go everything from hamburgers, hot dogs, corn dogs,
Chili.
Chili, chicken chili,
Oh,
chicken
you're not.
chili,
Yeah, you're not gonna mention the fucking
chili,
fries.
cheese fries,
Man.
fries with chili and cheese. We got those. And we got the best fried Oreos in the country.
Yep.
And this year, we're adding good stuff popcorn.
Nice.
Yes.
I've had some of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
We actually tried the 2 Haunted Chicken House flavors. Your flavor, the butterscotch, and Bobo's flavors, Bobo's sweet meat, and it is phenomenal.
It is. It's so
It's going to be
good.
such a good walk-around snack.
The butterscotch flavor is Chicken Dan's sweet feed. Or
Yes.
chicken feed.
Chicken feed. Yeah.
Sweet chicken feed. Something.
It's some shit. It's very important to us.
All I know, Scott, you're an educated man. Do you know what the white stuff is in chicken shit?
I don't.
It's just more chicken shit.
It's weird how many times you've made me taste that to tell me that.
Now tell me what it is.
We tried it with Tim too. He liked it.
He got a new cheese named after it.
He had a damn dairy barn. He was used to cow shit.
Gotta stay away from his white cheddar now.
Well, honestly, I think you've already answered any questions we
No
might have
shit.
had.
It is
Unless
well
anybody
asked.
has any.
Ask me.
Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, I do. So, we love your haunt. We love you
Yes.
to death, obviously. But you built a thing that benefits the community, benefits the fire department. Of all the things that you've done in the 19 years of having this, what would you say you're most proud of?
What I'm most proud of is having one of the largest tourist attractions in East Alabama. I'm proud of our workers.
Yeah.
I'm proud of the fact that we bought a new fire truck with money from this. Proud of the fact that we bought 5.5 acres of ground, which now around here is bringing 5,000 to 10,000. It's all on Highway 431. I'm proud of the fact that we've never had any serious negative comments. We have, like I say, people complaining about being dark, about getting scared. But every room has an exit. If they ask to come out, our actors will say, "Are you sure you want to come out? You know, you can't come back in." But we offer them the chance if they calm down and quit hyperventilating and want to go back in, we put them back in the room where they come out and let them. We're not here to rip people off. Like I said, I want to give on the best show that we possibly can. And I know there's always room for improvement, and we want to improve. We've reached the pinnacle of what we can do far as a hayride, a chicken house,
And
the crazy train. You know, I tried other things that didn't work, and so unless somebody has a gigantic brain fart, can show me how to work, we're right where we're at. We're just going to make it bigger and better.
And it continues to be so every year.
On improvement, have you ever thought about hiring somebody who doesn't suck at advertising, or are you just going to go with us?
I don't want to just cut you out entirely, Matt. Tim's given me some other suggestions.
I believe it.
He said, if you really want to get the crowds in, call these people.
Thank you for not plugging anybody else.
Oh, I wouldn't plug anybody else.
I only plug you.
You've been plugged, I heard.
I've got the video.
Speaking of videos, one of my favorite videos that two of my favorite videos that we've ever shot here with you was a video of you taking a dump in front of your entire crew. And that was awesome.
That's true.
I also noticed that there's a picture in your restroom of you taking a dump in a bucket in your house. So apparently that wasn't so far out of character.
No, the first 6 years of my life, I was born and raised on a farm in Illinois. And it wasn't a big farm. My parents were poor. We had an outhouse. And cold winter nights in our coal room, because we heated with a coal potbelly stove, Dad would always put a pot in case somebody had to take it down. And I was sitting on it one day, and he come and took a picture. I said, "Dad, you didn't have film in that, did you?" He did. Years later, I found that, had it blowed up, had a t-shirt made.
We definitely need to capture a still from the video we did so you can put another picture next to it.
That was a nice bright yellow bucket.
Yeah.
But, you know, I stood to wipe and they all kept watching. Especially Matt said, "Let me get a closer."
My most favorite video is you stripping for Grimno.
She liked it.
Why she left?
Did you?
on the way here, Brandy asked me, like, with the straightest of faces, like, you've got to tell us if he's got something planned for us. I'm like, I don't
I was like, he
fucking think
doesn't
so.
have any more surprises for us.
I don't think so.
No, there'll be more to come.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, if you go back and watch that video and watch Grimm's face, it was surprised and then, wow.
Pure elation.
Whispers about wiggle some more.
She is going to kill us.
That's
I
what
just wonder what video you watched. The different expressions on the video I watched.
this will teach Grimm to get sick at the haunted chicken house.
There you go.
You never want to leave yourself unprotected.
Well, that's okay. In the live, when we first got the popcorn, Jess was there at the house, and she said, "I can't wait to taste Chicken Dan."
Well, Jess, that could probably be arranged.
I'm gonna start walking. Y'all picking up the interstate because it beats my ass.
Do you want me to take you into the maze?
I've heard it's amazing.
There's a rope we can swing on.
This is getting wild.
Can we take the kettle corn with us?
Because
Let's go.
we might be there a while.
Well, I just want to thank you so much for joining us for this. It is much appreciated.
It was my pleasure and honor. And I just hope Tim don't cry too much.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you killed his time at this point.
We're on round 2, so.
Yeah, we're on round 2, and the first one was about 10 minutes, so
Yeah.
you killed it. Yeah.
All right. Well, Dan, thank you again so much for joining us. This has been awesome. I couldn't think of a better way to celebrate this 100th episode
yeah.
than to have you as a part of it. So thank you again.
Well,
for all
thank you
your-
very much.
Normally, when we sign out of a segment, we all like to say stay rotten. So,
We all like to
Rotten stay.
Stay
so
right.
would you do this the honors of saying stay rotten?
Stay rotten, everybody. Stay rotten.
Join us next time for another episode of Rotten Mournings.